The woman brought her boyfriend home to meet her parents for the first time, but the moment her father saw the man, he dropped to his knees with great respect. After sending his daughter away, he once again bowed deeply. It turned out the man was an immortal cultivator of 1,000 years, but he had failed to summon heavenly lightning, and could not ascend, until fate revealed the truth, that in his past life when he was in danger, the woman had risked everything to save him. So in this life, if he endured suffering for her 999 times, he would be able to ascend. That's why he gave up all dignity, and guarded her for 3 whole years. Every time he suffered, one candle of suffering would extinguish. He was desperate to finish all 999, and ascend as soon as possible. With only 3 candles left, he was close to completing his mission, but he felt uneasy, sensing the last 3 would be the hardest. Sure enough, her long-lost first love returned from abroad. Her eyes immediately fell on him. The first love quickly noticed her unusual bond with the man, and began targeting him at every turn. He was forced to bear fish bones, with his hands in boiling hot soup. Though he was an immortal master, he still had a mortal body. His hands quickly blistered with burns, but at least one of the 3 candles, the candle of pain in the flesh, was finally extinguished. As soon as he recovered, the woman called him to the hospital, because her first love had a heart attack from shock, and only the essence of a pure young heart could stabilize his soul, and the only pure young person was him. The man realized this must be one of the last 2 candles, the suffering of bleeding from the heart. So he asked, was this for the woman or for her first love? But the woman scolded him for not knowing his priorities. She said if he saved her first love, she would finally bring him home to meet her parents. Hearing it was for her sake, he didn't hesitate, and gave a drop of his heart's blood. At that moment, the 99th candle of suffering went out, and he could not wait for the very last trial. The woman kept her word, and brought him home. But to his shock, the moment her father saw him, he pushed his daughter out, and fell to his knees again. Long ago the father had been an orphan, almost dying lost in the mountains. It was the man who had saved him, taken him as a disciple and taught him martial arts, allowing him to become the rich man he was today. The man explained this was the suffering he must endure, and told him not to interfere. When the father later learned his daughter had done so much for her first love, he ordered his men to send that first love abroad. But afterward the woman stormed at the man in anger, believing it was all his doing. She even had her men beat him, until he was gravely injured. At that moment the final candle flickered. He instantly realized the last key trial had come, and surprisingly the first love became part of it. He chose to sacrifice himself, as a test of the woman's true heart, and the woman foolishly followed. Her father begged the man to step in, and in order to end the final tie, he threw himself to save her, only to fall off a cliff and be severely wounded. But it was this accident that severed his last bond of fate. Seeing this, the father immediately realized the man was about to ascend, and ordered a car to be prepared. Yet the first love stepped forward to provoke again. When he heard the woman approaching, he deliberately smashed a vase, and fell to the floor pretending to be hurt. When the woman entered and saw the scene, she scolded the man without asking the truth, even wanting to defend her first love. Luckily her father stopped her in time, warning she would one day regret, but she ignored him, and left with the first love. The man looked out at the raging heavenly lightning, knowing his mortal